Hi guys, welcome back to the Birds Party channel. Today, as you can see from my Christmas jumper or ugly Christmas sweater, it's all a matter of perspective. I really like mine anyway. So today we're talking about Christmas and in particular styling a hot cocoa bar for the holidays. Winter is here and there's nothing my kids and I love more than to prepare a delicious mug of hot cocoa over the weekend and watch Christmas movies. Are you guys the same? So today I'm going to share with you how to style a super adorable Christmas inspired hot cocoa bar to treat your friends and family, or it's also perfect to set up in a little corner of your house or in your kitchen if you're hosting guests over the holiday period. This hot cocoa bar has been on my wish list since I bought these adorable Christmas hot cocoa mugs. How cute are those, you guys? So basically they were the inspiration for my entire setup for this hot cocoa bar or this hot cocoa station. So I used traditional colors and I wanted also a little bit of a vintage vibe because I think the mugs look quite vintage. So I used reds, greens and lots of wood to give it a nice rustic feel and lots of warmth to my setup. So I hope you like some of the ideas and feel inspired to recreate some of them to treat your kids, your friends and family over the winter period. And if you're new here to the channel, welcome. And don't forget to subscribe, you guys. Like this video because it really helps our channel. Share our videos, this one or any other video that we have here on the channel, with your friends and family over on social media. And you can even hashtag Birds Party so that we can see it and in turn share any of your creations. And of course, click that bell button so you're notified each time I upload a new video. With that being said, let's get started. So the first thing that I do when I style any tablescape or any hot cocoa station like this one is to get out all the dishes and all the props that I think I might need for styling the table. I got the things that I have already around the home. I pull things out from my Christmas decor, and because I wanted to use lots of woods and things that looked a little bit vintage, this is what I went for. I'm not necessarily going to use everything that I've got on this table, but this gives me an idea of what I already have. It stops me spending more money unnecessarily and helps me gather my ideas together and try things out and see what I like. And the only major DIY that I did for this hot cocoa bar or this hot chocolate station was this adorable wreath that also doubles as a hot cocoa sign. I didn't have one at home and I thought it looked so cute above the hot cocoa station table, and all I had at home was little plaques like this one, a ski lodge, which was part of a larger sign, so I just trimmed it and used one of the wood pieces for my hot cocoa sign. But if you haven't got something like that, or if you can't find anything at your local dollar store, local craft store, you can totally use a thick foam board, or you can use thick cardstock or anything else that you like. So don't think that you need to have the exact same thing that I'm using here. You can just use your imagination and create something very similar. So the idea here is to paint the sign whatever color you're using for your own decor, and I use some acrylic paint, red with a touch of black because I didn't want it to be too bright, so I kind of toned down the red a little bit and made it almost like a vintage kind of red, if you know what I mean. So I just mixed the two colors together and I did a couple of coats on the side to make sure that all the lettering and all that green was covered up nicely. For the lettering on my sign, all that I did was to paint these foam letters. As you can see, they're brightly colored with a couple of coats of white chalk paint. These letters are all that I had at home. Ideally, I would have liked to have used wooden letters, but I didn't fancy spending more money and going out and getting anything, so I decided to use what I had at home. Feel free to use wooden letters. I know Dollar Store has some nice cheap wooden letters that you can use as well, or you can even use stencils. You can freehand the sign. Do whatever you like, whatever suits your budget and whatever suits what you already have at home. So don't feel that you have to go out and buy something new. There are many options that you can do inexpensively as well. And of course you could even cut out letters on a piece of paper, piece of cardstock, and use that and glue down top of the sign. It'll look just as nice as well. Now once both the letters and the sign itself were dry, I just used a little bit of hot glue to stick down the letters to the sign. Of course at this stage you can use embellishments like snowflakes, little foam figurines, or anything else you like to jazz up a sign, but I decided to leave mine nice and plain. Now to attach my wooden sign to the Christmas wreath, I didn't want anything permanent, so I did not use hot glue. I wanted a solution where I'd be able to take down the sign, use it somewhere else, and also use the wreath in my Christmas decor or in some other project later on. So I decided to use the little ropes that came with the sign and some thick wire and twist it at the back, 2 pieces, so that I could attach that to the wreath and remove it easily at a later date. But obviously if you haven't got those little ropes, you could just hot glue the wire to the back of the sign itself, and that will just work just as well. Now comes the fun part of putting the whole hot cocoa station or hot cocoa bar together. And as you can see, I chose a little corner of my studio and I decided to use this white table that was actually a gardening bench once upon a time that I painted, distressed, and used in my craft room to hold some craft supplies and everything else. So I pulled that out and decided to use it because I really like that it has 2 levels and has a kind of farmhouse look, as you can see. And on the other side of this table, I just used some Christmas stuff that I had around the house. I put out from my Christmas decor, a blanket ladder full of cozy blankets to tie in my color scheme and to give it a nice look for when I took some photos as well. Obviously you don't have to do this bit, but I think it looks so nice if you're entertaining at home over the holidays to have a few presents around and a few cozy blankets and cushions to make everything look really nice for the holidays. Next up, I'm using all the serving pieces that I chose for this hot cocoa station, like a pedestal cake stand, some trays, and some other wooden bits that I think would be really nice to hold all the containers and all the mugs and everything else. And I think it contrasts beautifully with the white of the table, and it gives like much needed warmth, I think, to the whole setup. So I'm using what I have at home. Like I said, once again, use what you have at home. If you're styling a little corner in your kitchen for the hot cocoa bar, or you have a little table or a bar cart, just use pieces and things that you have around the house that you think might look nice, and that will bring your whole color scheme and decor together and your vision cohesively. And this is how it turned out in the end. This is the setup that I went for. Obviously I changed a few things around, but I love how it looks. And now I'm going to show you all the toppings and all the fun, delicious things that we're going to add to the hot cocoa bar. Obviously, we can't have a hot cocoa bar without some hot cocoa, and you could have a little sachet of hot cocoa. And I decided to use some hot cocoa powder that I just decanted into this little pot with a lid. It's just something that I purchased in my local supermarket, but you could make even your own blend of hot cocoa if you like. And obviously I'm adding some other bits and bobs, like these delicious star cookies. They're like shortbread cookies that I buy at my local Lidl or Trader Joe's if you like, and I just filled the middle part of this container with them. And as always, you guys, these are just some ideas to help spark your imagination of the toppings and the sprinkles and the little goodies that you can add to your own hot cocoa bar. Feel free to swap out the cookies, the type of hot chocolate that you serve, the candy canes, or all the treats that I'm serving here. These are just ideas and things that I like personally and that my kids like to serve up with our own hot chocolate, but you can use whatever you like, of course. And there you have it, you guys, our gorgeous Christmas hot cocoa station that is perfect for setting up in a little corner of your home, or if you're entertaining family and friends over the holiday period. I hope you like the ideas and feel inspired to recreate some of them at home. And if you like this video, as always, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up to help the channel. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and hit that bell button to be notified each time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.